Hello, everyone. I'm Jean-Claude BeyondMystic, and welcome to this deep woo-woo episode on Wednesday night of Tarot Readings by Janine. You can find the lovely and amazing Janine here at Sending Ravens on YouTube and also on Tarot by Janine. Janine, welcome back.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Jean-Claude.
How's it going?
Really good.
What's this new video? Forecast for the month of July, divided and hot summer. Janine, what's going on in this new post?
Well, I do a big zodiac for everybody because, it's important to keep up to date with how it will look for everybody, especially our viewers.
Yep.
So I do a big zodiac and I look at that. But before I do that, I have a look at what's going on in the Netherlands. Some Dutch people have been emailing me. There's a big power grab / land grab by the government. And it could be, what we can expect because it's happened in other places. But the Dutch are really yelling about it and saying, no way. The farmers have been yelling at their government and or rising up and saying no. So people were concerned, were they going to win the battle? It looked kind of like, I'll be honest, the battle looked like it might have been part of the movie. I'm afraid that's good news. Right. But it looked like before anybody would win or lose the battle, the whole thing would change. It's almost like the landscape was going to change and something completely different happens to take their attention away from the battle. And then a whole new situation arises.
Wow. Okay.
That will take all your attention away from. So that battle doesn't look like it's going to be, they're not going to lose their land. Let's say that. And a whole new thing starts to happen, which could happen really soon, sometime in July, I'm thinking.
Well, it's interesting you say that because that was one of the big themes in the Astro Woo Finance, which just published earlier today here. This is available now, folks, for the public at large through the pay-per-view page. And of course, since the day before for the Insider Access Pass members. Speaking of this one here too, Julie just sent me, hold on if I can find it. This one here, we're trying to entice new people to come and watch this. This is a really amazing concept where we're doing a personal reading for you, Janine, Julie, using tarot and astro. It's not just about your finances, but it is geared on that because that is the main question of the day here as we transition from the old system to the new. So the coupon code for that, if you're interested, 30% off is AWF30. As the slide suggests here. So you guys can take a snapshot of that, and that is valid until July 4th. For all of you American subscribers, you know why that date is important. And perhaps even more important in the next couple of days. We'll see why. Okay, so another thing we just recorded today, let me see if I can go back here. Janine investigates the Vatican. Now, again, we keep saying it, we sound like a broken record, but these investigations are going wilder and wilder, deeper and deeper, and this one is absolutely no exception. Janine, I don't even know. Where do you want to start with this one? What can we share with the audience members?
Yeah, that one, that was deep and murky, let's say, and got more and more, so we can understand why we definitely couldn't have done it ever, even close to doing it on YouTube.
Right.
Because we got into some really muddy waters and things that we've known about now for a couple of years, but it doesn't help that you know about them. It's not fun to talk about them. You want to smudge in a salt bath after that one.
Yeah, for sure. But interesting nonetheless, again, the reason why we're being called to understand this too is also in timing with one of Cliff High's WebBot data reports where we had these riots, food riots, inflation, leading a gang of people perhaps to break into the Vatican, which would result in secrets revealed. And as per the cards in the episode we just did, we're very close to that temporal marker right now. So it's really interesting. So guys, do go and check that out if that is of interest to you. And I wanted to say also what was interesting this month, we did change the format a little bit of this Astro Woo, and we did pick a lucky winner from our Insider Access Pass Discord channel while we were live recording this pay-per-view, and we did a personal reading for that person as well. So maybe next time you'll be the lucky winner to get a personal reading from both Julie and Janine during these live recordings. So that was absolutely fun. Go check it out, a brand new concept. And again, we're always looking at ways to thank our amazing subscribers who us in that way. Okay, Janine, there's a big I say that lately, but there's a big slide deck here again tonight. I want to start with this without starting with this, but of course, this is Maxime Bernier pushing this out today, this new campaign in South Australia, coming soon to Canada. So if you can read that, you'll see why Minister Duclos was alluding to this fact here also 2 weeks ago. So be forewarned, that is their plan. Whether or not that's going to work and manifest is probably the question. Why don't we pull some cards on that to see here specifically? You looked at New Zealand and other places. This one is particularly for South Africa. But let's look at Canada here. Are we going to be getting into that new narrative that the government seems hell-bent on pushing forward? Or is there something else, as you suggest, that might thwart this initiative?
Wow. The cards are amazingly joyful and all really well aspected. So that leads me to no, because what we wish for is coming really swiftly. So what do, excuse me, what do people watching videos like this wish for? What do you wish for, Jean-Claude?
Oh, I wish for a lot of things, but I couldn't say it live.
Right? And this card in the middle. Okay, so
Right.
something else entirely different before any of that can happen. And it's something we've been wishing for is coming fast. And it stems from a victory that happened for us, for the people watching. So a victory, something we've been waiting for and something that's a victory. So it's already happened in the background. It just has to come out in the public, which is what we're waiting and wishing for. So that sounds like some kind of an event where the governments are exposed and the mainstream media. To me, that's what I wish for. So it seems to me it might be something like that. Here's the outcome. So we go into all new territory, so we don't have to deal with what you asked about. That what you asked about goes by the wayside because it's a facade and a fear and something that'll never see the light of day.
Wow. Okay. To be clear, what I wish for is peace, truth, and freedom. So I'm part of those people, I guess, that Mayor Jim Watson here in Ottawa is talking about here in the last couple of days. Of course, now they're referring to Canada Day celebrations. And of course, the police force here want to make sure that everybody is free. We understand that. We totally appreciate that. And they're gunning for the people who are going to be, breaking the law, which again, I totally appreciate that. Now, having said that, people who are waving the flags and singing "Oh Canada," to me, I would consider myself one of those people. Again, freedom-loving, peaceful guy, hugging everybody on the street. That's my intention. But apparently here in the narrative, they're expecting to even clamp down on that. As we heard a couple of months ago, even wearing the flag suddenly was a hate symbol. And talking about freedom seems to be an extremist view now. And you're seeing the narrative change here that they're talking about protest against the government. So instead of talking about the freedom fighters, they're talking about protesting government. So you can see where they're going with that. Can we take another pulse here? Again, a lot of people are emailing me in the last couple of days. JC, is it possible we're going to see one of those things that you put up the poll that, waves in the air this weekend here? Are they so desperate to pull this through? Last time I asked you, you said, yeah, it could be in the cards. It's not going to have the effect it wanted. Let's take a last pulse here because that is coming up here in the next couple of days. And you and I might or might not be recording at that time.
Mm-hmm. Again, it looks like they might have wanted that, but things in the background have created it to sort of die along slow. Like it's slowly been, the whole narrative slowly dying and they don't have the resources. This was in the middle. So that could be a military action. So a positive military action that could be promoting their false flappy thing to not really even take flight, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think it was something they wanted to happen. Yeah, but it's been shut down in the background by entities that are for the people and love the people. Other things are going to take precedent over their little flappy things. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Not sure what else to say on that. Other than, again, we don't advocate for violence. We want absolute peace. And Oh, freedom, like our anthem says, strong and free, Canadian strong and free, standing on guard for thee. I know these are very important words. I learned them when I was in the military cadets as a kid, and they meant something to me back then, and they still do. Imagine that, Janine. Christine is saying, hey, Janine is visiting her niece. What a crazy background. Everybody's complaining about your background. Well, not complaining. Commenting about your background. And you know what looks funny, Janine? It looks exactly, oh, hold on. Where did it go? It looks exact. Where did it go? There you go. Hold on a second here. It kind of looks like you're at Solretta's house. So what the hell's going on? You almost have the same background.
That's really fun. We have a statue just like that. Like could have been right behind me here. So that's really funny. Yeah, I'm at my niece's house.
Well, let's take a quick moment to explain that. Of course, we talked about your niece's YouTube channel a couple of months ago. This is an effort to learn to live in harmony with the land. What are you doing there now? Are you also going to be contributing in the video scape? And while you explain that, I'm going to encourage the audience members here. I'm going to bring the link down for them to go and subscribe to this channel and take a look at all of this amazing content. Go ahead, Janine.
Well, Auntie Janine just decided, Auntie Tarot by Janine, thought she better pay a visit to her niece. This is my sister's lovely daughter and her husband, James and Michelle. And I just love these two. And I love what they're doing. I think we all need to know, I certainly need to know, how to take care of myself. Say things change, like the world's going to change. Mm-hmm. We're not going to have the same, I don't believe we're going to have going forward here when things really make the big shift. I don't think we're going to have these really big food processing. I think it's symbolic that they're all taking down these food processing plants. I don't think it's healthy anyway. It's not energetically good to the animals involved, the creatures involved. I think we need to learn new ways to process food or go back to sort of more loving ways to take care of animals and process food if we are eating animals. And some people don't, I realize, but these two are not, they're vegetarians, but they're showing us how they're gardening in several different ways. And I'm checking up on all their progress.
Wow, really cool. All right, folks, go check it out. And Gypsy Mama says, yeah, I totally thought she was at Solretta's house. On that note, I'm going to ask, of course, Solretta to come back. She's been busy also. She moved recently, but we are going to be doing more of the, what's it called again? Something reality? I forget what it's called. We have a great series together. Of course, we've done like 20 of these episodes already. At any rate, what's it called? It's right here. Simulated reality. There we go. Yes. Okay, so we're due for episode 23. We'll get Solretta back on really soon, I promise. All right. Let's see if I can take a quick question here from the Discord channel. So, guys, if you're there now, let's see if I can populate these. Very question. Okay, Anne D. This is really cool. Okay. Let me see if I can get this across the screen. It's a little bit too long to put it into the live chat here, but let me read this for you. Andy is asking, yesterday in my meditation, I saw part of my body encased in something like armor that was corroding. Because I could see light through the cracks and the holes, my instinct was to remove it, and the image went away. What was it? And did I remove it completely? Thank you. And D. So what was this metal cocoon with holes that you removed? Did you remove it completely? And what was it? It sounds a lot like an awakening kind of process, like a butterfly through a cocoon, removing the cocoon and having her wings to fly. But what are the cards saying about what this metal, corroded metal was for Andy?
Well, Andy has some really powerful cards around being very intuitive. Okay, and past life would have been burned at the stake, likely getting a card like this as an archetypal card. And then with this one, so she's been, that would be I don't know if that's a she or a he, so I'll just say they.
It's Anne and apostrophe D, so I believe it's a female, yes.
Okay, and there's a sense of now a real old soul, and maybe even connected to those galactic helpers we talk about. Because of the work they've done in the past intuitively, they're actually connected or connecting with the galactic helpers. So maybe that's showing her the warrior she is, the fact that she's been in these battles many, many lifetimes. That's, I don't know why it was, the armor was, was hard, coming apart or whatever she's saying there. I don't know why, but it could be showing her that she's been many lifetimes fighting for the good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Andy, I hope that helps. Great having you back both. Gypsy Mama, thank you so much for that. JC and Janine, you're both amazing. I'm hoping you'll be able to pull some cards for me. This is from Ka of Re. It has been very interesting in my family lately, and I wanted to know if universe has a message that could help guide us. Thank you. Ka of Re. K-A of Rai or Re. So message from universe for the weird things that have been happening to their family as of late.
Well, I can see there's been weird things and maybe upsetting things. And this card was in the past, so it might have been going on for a while as well. Or everybody's getting a little sick of it at this point. So those cards were like that. So it's been going on for a long time. And it's quite upsetting. But you're having a lot of revelations about maybe the truth about people in the family and or where people really stand, or who you're really dealing with. Somehow there's revelations that come along with that tower. Okay, so there could even be surprising connections and being surprised by who's in, like on what level sort of around awareness and awakened. And I know I've been really surprised at what various different family members say. Even if they seem to be really closed down, they'll say something really profound, and I'll realize actually they kind of see what's going on. They might not just be, jump on the truther wagon, but they're getting it. You know what I'm saying? So there could be some surprises around because there's been some revelations. But I get this feeling that some of the weirdness is people not knowing what to do with how they're feeling and how everybody's feeling right now. There's a lot of, don't forget that all of these things going on spiritually and in the universe that are creating us to feel really strange sometimes, like what was happening last weekend with you and I, Jean-Claude, in various different other truthers we were talking to. Ashley was having, we were being awoken at really strange hours, and just odd things have been going on for months and months, where it feels like downloads are happening, or we're just, something's changing inside us. That's all happening to regular folks too, I think. And then they don't know what to do with it or where to put it. So you might be seeing reactions because they don't know what's happening, but they know that there's these revelations occurring to them. But it would be hard to put it somewhere if you weren't red-pilled, right? Wow. What do you do with that, right? What do you do with that? Yeah, okay. I can't just wait it out. I get a lot of this, when the dust settles, just wait it out. There's healing coming. And even though right now it doesn't look like it, because this card's about sort of difficulties in the moment and setbacks. Okay, I feel like wait it out, because things are going to get a lot better in the next couple of years.
Okay,
the card says healing coming. And, these are big times we're going through. So there's going to be weirdness. All of us are going to be feeling it on some level, and it's only going to heighten here in the next month or two.
Okay. Very good advice for Ka of Re. I hope I'm saying that right. Sometimes people are very innovative with their nicknames, and I can't always read it out loud. I'm dyslexic, and I'm doing this live. So she says, "Oh my God, thank you so much for the reading. Jenny was spot on." Well, there you go. Okay. I might have mispronounced the name, but at least the reading was spot on. I love it. Okay, let me bring up this pyramid for tonight. Again, I'm having a weird issue since we lost power the other day while we were recording. The quality of the picture when I'm bringing up these pyramid videos live on the deck are not coming through. So I'm going to bring that link down again for you guys here in the live chat for tonight, so you can open that up. There you go. On your own window to see the absolutely amazing, beautiful colors from this pyramid. But let's hear first what Carla has to say.
Hi everyone, this is Carla from Ascension Organites again, and today I have another pyramid for you. Her name is Ashley. So Ashley was made with moonstone crystals, black obsidian crystals, aluminum metals, and the Metatron cube in silver as a symbol. So I made Ashley with the intention of helping with dreamscape, dream interpretation, remembering dreams, Also, Moonstone is known to channel the moon energies, so she's great for alignment. And I included black obsidian for protection. So I will give her a turn around so you can see her. And there she is. I hope you guys like Ashley, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Wow, that's absolutely cool. It kind of looks like the moon there with all the gray, but I can't even see the original color. So you guys tell me if you can open up this another window, what you think it looks like. But definitely the concept of it is very intriguing to me. So I love these new creations. Carla is creating more and more new pyramids now to add to the collection. If you guys want to see the full collection here, please do so at ascensionorganites.com. And if you use the coupon code BeyondMystic there, you'll get an extra 10% off. And there's also this Love Goddess promo that is still active. Julie told me today these were the specific combinations for both the candles at maisonjupiter.com. These are the carnelian infused crystals here in this crystal. It's a romance crystal at 15% off, and this beautiful Love Goddess pyramid as well. So let me just get this stuff off the screen there. Hold on. There you go. So if you guys want to take a screenshot of that, that will give you 15% off either or this Freya pyramid and the romance candle. So please do go check it out. And the links are in the description box below. Okay, where do we go next? What did I have on the deck? Let me go back here. Oh, breaking news, Janine. 50 Cent. He had to change his name because of inflation. He's now 85 cents.
I shared that too because I shared it from you. I retweeted or whatever. Just hilarious. I love it.
Oh, Fiddy. Okay, in the club. I love that song. Yeah, it's your birthday. Yeah, it was my birthday once when that song came out, and I was in the club dancing to it. It was really, really fun.
Wow,
hey, guys. Talking about having fun, I did have a lot of fun in a couple of days that I took off. To spend time with just loved ones and friends and family. And while I was away, this was the first time where I actually didn't produce videos for a whole week. And I was itching to produce videos. And I thought once or twice to do a live stream from location. And I wanted to know from you guys, the audience members, should I do that the next time? Do you guys want to see me live on location having fun? Here's a picture of me having fun. With the Demogorgon, of course, I'm making fun of Stranger Things Season 5 with BeyondMystic coming soon to a theater near you. Let me know, guys, what you think of this absolutely crazy monster. This was brought from Burning Man to Muskoka, which is a region north of Toronto. Anyways, beautiful cottage country up there, but they did this tourism ploy thing, and Sarah and I had a lot of fun. Taking pictures and sending that to the kids all around. Janine, what do you make of this one?
Oh man, that is scary looking though, that thing.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, speaking of doing things on sacred grounds, different locations, having fun out in the wild, are you ready to talk about maybe a new project you guys are working on, or am I too soon for that, Janine? Sorry, I didn't tell you this before the show.
Oh.
I was gonna.
You mean Ashley and I?
Yes.
We want to start a whole new YouTube channel. Yeah. And we want to do it like adventures with Ashley and I. And it'll be more spiritual and less news, but more like adventures, traveling adventures. Yeah, that's in the works.
Okay. Very cool.
Like doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. That's really cool. A few people that are saying, yes, JC, do it. And a few people are saying, no, dude, enjoy your vacations and don't do videos. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see. And what's this one? Forsaken Progeny. Okay, way to handle the Demogorgon, JC. Yes, I love it. Yeah, it was absolutely fun. Okay, enough of that giggling for tonight. Let's see if I can get back to some serious business here. 50 Cent. Okay, no 50 Cent. Okay, no, it's not serious. But let's talk about some serious stuff here, kind of related to that. Goldman Sachs again today just raised their target yet again for gold. Now 2,500 by the end of the year. This is they're signaling here quite some changes to the gold industry. Now, typically when these guys forecast on the way up, it's because there's trouble around the corner, because typically they always poo-poo, the pet rocks and the antiquated gold and silver. Nobody needs that. So it's very interesting that Goldman Sachs now, again, twice now in the last little while here, forecasting big changes to the gold market. Janine, let's take a pulse on that. What's going on? Why are the main banks also now starting to admit what you and I have been saying for quite some time here, that there's something happening behind the scene in the gold and silver markets?
I see. The secret's coming out. Something that's been going on in the background's coming out fast. Secret. So something that's been held a secret. And this card can be about gold, by the way. So a long-held secret's coming out fast. That's why. And it's already happened in the background, because this is the background. It's going to create a lot of independence for people financially. So I think it has something to do with a system maybe that's been created on the back channels that starts to surface to the public and become known to the public. So they don't seem to be able to cover it up anymore. I don't think they're going to be able to cover it up. It's coming whether they like it or not. And they don't like it very much. Like the powers that be definitely don't like it. They're trying to ignore it as much as possible, but it's coming out fast and furious.
Well, that's interesting, because there was another article on Zero Hedge contra Ben Bernanke saying, of course, here that gold standards promotes economic stability. Of course, you see the guy here high on life on top of the pile. He'd rather be on that top of that pile rather than this pile here. So let's bring this up again. Government officials burning dollars. So we've seen these hyperinflation around the world. And this was David Morgan saying, yeah, don't get burned with all of your paper. So be that as it may, guys, if you're looking for physical gold and silver, please check out beyondmystic.net/silver. These are the discounts for this week. And you just sent me that this morning. The 22 silver Britannias, Krugerrands, and Philharmonics, all at $5 over spot. Amazing price. And he's also got some platinum in there. Quite a few people were asking about that. So please do go and check that out. And if you're on the Canadian side of the border, you can get the beautiful Royal Canadian Mint silver maples at $7.99 over spot, and that is mfbullion.ca. All right, back to our serious news. Okay, again, serious news. So these are the people here on the bandwagon believing the Fed chair when they're saying they're going to have a soft landing. Anyways, I'll spare you the details, but I'll get to the end of the video. They're all underwater. So I thought that was absolutely funny here today too. So what's the bank? Let's take a pulse here to the Federal Reserve. We've seen the ECB this week also in panic mode. Other countries around the world. We saw Zimbabwe just announce that they were going to start minting gold coins. By the way, this isn't the mainstream news. I'll get to that in a second here, just indicating how much panic they're in. When all else fails, they go to gold. So we're in that transition now. But I wanted to take a pulse here in North America. What's going on with the Federal Reserve? Or any of the indications that perhaps it's done, there's going to be an audit, they're going to be removed, there's going to be a replacement of that particular institution here anytime soon? A lot of people are asking what's going on. Whoa.
Already happened. It already happened. So an ace already happened. So as soon as you said it's done, that's when I pulled the ace. We've got the Two of Wands. They're already looking back at that. So it already happened. It's already happened in the past. And now these three cards, these are interesting. So a secret something happened already, or it's about to come public. And it has something to do with Mr. T and the white hats. And it's around when you said the Federal Reserve. So they already know a secret about it, or there's already been something done about it or with it. And maybe it's now in these guys' hands. So the good military and the Alliance and white hats. But it's kept a secret. Things have been done secret, and I don't think it exists the way it used to. It's already happened. It's already done.
Wow. Okay. Let me find, actually, let me bring this one up today, just so you guys don't think I'm lying. I did read this today. Breaking news, when all fails, they return to gold. Of course, this is the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe introducing gold coins here as a store of value, if you read the article. So that's really interesting. Again, we want to urge you, which reading was it? With Sophie yesterday. Guys, if you haven't seen that, let me see if I can bring that back on the screen. I did a French episode with Sophie and Julie last night, and we did look at quite a few news items, and we did talk about the financial system, and Sophie did pull the cards, something to the effect that you would be better off during this transition if you had your money or your wealth in your own possession. And the card she pulled, the tarot card she pulled, or I'm not sure if it was an oracle card, but it was a lady sitting in front of a hole in the ground with gold coins in the ground, meaning that they had put their gold coins in their possession in their gardens. I thought, wow, that was absolutely appropriate. It was in response to somebody asking about gold-backed cryptocurrencies. At any rate, go check that out. Of course, if you speak French, it was the French version of these shows. So if you guys are on the English side, you haven't really missed anything. It's pretty much all the same content, but in French here. So a big thank you to all of you guys who love our French content and who gave us a bit of encouragement yesterday during that live stream. Okay, so breaking news here earlier today, the court is ordering, Janine, the liquidation of Three Arrows Capital. So this is an embattled cryptocurrency hedge fund. Let me scroll that down so you guys can see. Now, you and I have been warning about this for quite some time. Also, again, the importance of removing counterparty risk. At this late stage in the game, having somebody else manage your money, manage your fund, manage your cryptocurrencies is becoming more and more hazardous. It always was, but now specifically in this time of transition, and we're seeing more and more of these pop up in the news as of late. Let's pick some cards here again for the people who may not have watched the last Beyond Crypto Woo show where we went into this in quite a lot of detail, Janine. Let's help the audience members here with some advice in terms of that. What does universe say with respect to moving in the age of Aquarius and being a master of your own finances, as opposed to having all of this counterparty risk and other people managing your hard-earned money?
So those are on either side of a 7 in the middle, 7 of swords. So it's a strategy, okay, but it'll be disappointing, okay, if you continue that strategy. So it's been a strategy and it's proved to be disappointing, and it's time to let it go. That guy's letting go of something. It's not working.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a strategy. Lots of like a lot of us, like the thing is, for the human race, we need to learn in every area of our life to take back our personal power and our personal, like, don't let the government tell you or be the go-between for everything you do, or the medical system, or supposed spiritual leaders. Your soul you're in charge of it.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in the hands of somebody else that you don't even know or could possibly be evil and demonic. Hello, Vatican. Go watch the Vatican video. Do you know what I mean? So we've been giving away our power in every way possible as humans and getting literally lazier and lazier. Taking like even people blaming the reversal of Roe versus Wade. Okay, I saw this. I saw people on Facebook. So they're putting up all these memes. These, I think it's just bots doing it, frankly. Okay, and they're like blaming. They're going to blame like a whole bunch of unwanted parents coming onto the scene on that. Mm-hmm. Okay, shouldn't we be figuring out how to take care and take responsibility of our sexuality into our own hands as evolved beings?
You think?
Yeah. What does the government have to do with your activity intimately with somebody else that could create a child?
You know what?
To grow up maybe and stop being like, and it's like dumbing down your intelligence to think that you need them to monitor that for you and take care of your some little problem. Okay, hello, that's a life you created or creating potentially. So take it more seriously and don't just, be haphazard about things. Like, I am sick of that attitude, actually, that humans are that stupid, first of all, and that we've been allowed to think we are.
Yes, and yes. I completely agree. And as you're saying that, I was thinking of something else that somebody told me the other day. I'm like, fuck, could it be that nefarious? Not the RV Wade thing, but let me see if I can bring this up. I'm just typing this live to see if I can find an example of this. Is this good or is it not good? Let me see. I'm doing this live. Maybe. So essentially, there are products out there, Janine, where you basically take your temperature. As you said, it's not your breath analyzer, it's temperature. I don't know how you call these products. Temperature, pregnancy, ovulation. Maybe it's ovulation. No, that's not that. It's not pregnancy. You guys help me out. What am I looking for? These devices that some women are using to determine when they're fertile or not. Okay, so those are the key words there. And somebody was telling me the other day that the push to use these devices, similar to the Fitbit, where they're tracking your data, that these devices could eventually lead to, because we don't know where this information is going, to a state where there's even more control on your pregnancy from the state, leading into a world similar to the that show on TV there. What was it called? Handmaid's Tale.
Yep.
Is there any possibility that's true with all of these devices, and people should be really wary of where they send their biological data to? I'm going to try to find this thing. Hopefully somebody in the chat told me what it's called. Love how real you are, GC. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ovulation monitor. Okay. Ovulation monitor via temperature. Wait, somebody has it. Use that. Okay, so I'll try to find an example of that. Okay. Let's see. Yes, that makes more sense. Okay, that's what it is. And so you'll see it comes with an app on your phone, and you have to pay monthly to have the analysis of your temperature to tell you when you're in the fertile or non-fertile zones. And the question is, where's this data going? And is it potentially going to be used to get into a society where they're segregating the caste of women per their availability or ability to produce? That's my question.
So surrender to yes. So in other words, but this was in the past. So I think it's already being used that way. Surrender to two yeses. And so there could be an industry around what they're doing with all that kind of, and it's alarming, it says. So there could be already something around that. Don't ask me what it would be, but they're already developing things. I mean, I'm hoping that all goes by the wayside with new things developing that have been in the works by the good guys on the back. I'm not saying we're being saved, but I believe there is we're going to get out of some of these horrific things. And the more we expose them, the better. Yeah. Exposing things like this is so important, because all of this has been done on the back channel and under the cover of for your good, for your health, for your all this, trying to give you more freedom. And none of it is. All it's trying to do is entrap you in every way.
Well, that's why it's so insidious, because on one hand, women are waking up to perhaps, I'll say perhaps here, this is YouTube still, I don't want to get into trouble, perhaps the fact that some of the products they're taking to control their cycles is absolutely detrimental to them. There's a lot of lawsuits you guys can go study about cancer and all this stuff. So that, enough said. So people who are saying, oh, okay, I've woken up to that, I'm choosing not to take part in those particular products that go into my body, and I want to choose a more healthier way, only to fall on this. And again, full spectrum dominance by this system. They're capturing you in another way and perhaps doing nefarious things with the information. So at every step of the awakening process, there's another gig that might entrap you into another level. So yes, everybody beware and do your research and use discernment all the way. Wow. That's absolutely crazy. You should read all the wow comments we just had in the last couple of seconds. Everybody's like, wow, that's just nuts. Okay, Monica Miller, yes, wow, I agree. Okay, Kelly, hey, JC and Janine, hey, back at you. All right. Okay, so going back to the gold thing, this is Mike Maloney. Mike Maloney, I owe a great debt of gratitude, because almost 10 years ago, he created this series called The Hidden Secrets of Money. If you haven't seen that, please do go watch that series. I think now it's 11-part series, 12-part series. It could be even bigger. But absolutely amazing on how money is created out of thin air, how it works, and how eventually all of these empires get into financing war with debt, and how eventually it all collapses. And so anyways, he was doing a big reset video. I believe that was yesterday night. Go check it out on his channel again and give him a thumbs up. He's been at this for a long time, trying to educate people on the true value and how to store the true value of your hard-earned work and sweat. Okay, Janine, this is funny. I used to watch Gilligan's Island as a kid. I saw that you posted the shocking Mandela Effect connection with Gilligan's Mandela Island as titled. What's going on with this? How do we, first of all, set it up for the audience, what you understand of this, and then I'll ask you a few questions on the Mandela Effect.
So this fellow that put this up was a big Gilligan's Island fan. So he's using Gilligan's Island episodes, which he seems to know inside out and backwards. He's even showing us the very beginning of Gilligan's Island and how it's really like signaling to things that are even happening today. But also how they've changed it, the wording, the hat. So the color of Gilligan's hat, he used to wear a really white colored, that little hat he wears, but now it's some other color now, some taupe color. And he's showing us all the eye colors have changed, except for one guy's eye color stayed the same. And yeah, he's just going into, but he's only using that as an example, and the whole time describing what a Mandela effect is. So it could be where things have been changed in the past. People have gone back to the past to change something. So when we see it now, we saw it one way in the 70s, but now we're seeing it a different way because it's been changed in the meantime. So it's about time travel and how that actually does possibly, I'm simplifying it, but how that could be creating Mandela effects in various
the name itself suggests Nelson Mandela. Some people clearly recall him dying in a specific period of time, and some other group of humans completely see it differently. And we're wondering how the hell that could be. And so as researchers continued, they found this Mandela effect to apply to a lot of things: Bernstein Bears, Oscar Mayer Wiener. Anyways, the list goes on. So somebody says, mind blown. Yes, mind blown. Regardless of who created it or what technology, some people are saying it's CERN. Some people said maybe it's the quantum computing as it's creating this vacuum that pulls in maybe space and time and creates dislocations. Let's put that aside. What's the objective of whatever manipulation here to our brains, to our timelines? Is it just to fuck with us? Is it just a big mind fuck, Janine? Or is there a more nefarious reason? Raison d'être. What would the card say? Well, off-world.
I think it's off-world or alien energy that's positive and loving towards humans, wanting to wake us up to something. I feel like it's trying to wake us up to something that's been like some of the mysteries, let's say, some of the mysteries. Okay, because things have been in the dark, and for nefarious reasons, so much have been kept from us. So I feel like this is part of that there's a big wake up agenda for the whole human race. And this might be something they can do from the other side, even though a lot of times they're stopped from, unless we ask for help, we can't have it as humans. But I feel like this is something they can do, and they do, where they actually manipulate things to try to get us to maybe wake up that a lot of things we think are real could be part of the matrix. Could be. I think they're trying to get us to see that the world is different, because this card's about different and unique and different than we thought it was. Because it certainly is. I mean, anybody watching a program like this has figured that out. Nothing's what we thought it was. Our past isn't what we thought it was. The future, time doesn't work the way we thought it did. Our history is all been manipulated. Yeah.
What do you mean nothing is the way that we thought it was? You're breaking my head, Janine. Oh my God. Okay, Christina is, okay, I won't say the family name. Christina, thank you so much for the PayPal donation. She's asking, will me and my family move to Hawaii? I love the tranquility of the island and the people. Christina, will Christina and her family move to Hawaii? Thank you so much, Christina. I appreciate that tip. And while Janine is pulling that, oh, go ahead.
So we've got she's all worried that it won't happen somehow, even though that information was given to her spiritually or intuitively. So she intuited and had a spiritual connection maybe to the island. And here's the outcome. That's a big yes. It's coming. It's not right away, but in the next year. So aces are in the next year or 1 year time. So it's coming, but it made, whoops, My light just went out.
It's okay. Keep going.
So the lighting's getting bad over here. Yeah, so in the next year, she could absolutely move. Yeah.
Okay, really cool. Yvonne, Vonnie 50, I think was the nickname. She says a big tip in a tip jar. Thank you so much. She says, love you all, sending much joy and blessings. Well, thank you so much, Yvonne. Merci beaucoup. I appreciate that. Next, okay, this is why I was giggling. I was going to do a joke quickly between your card pull. Let me see if I can bring this up on the screen. How many ministers does it take to screw in a light bulb? Of course, we're asking, oh my God, there's this huge delay here with the stuff on the screen now. It's absolutely ludicrous. And it gets worse and worse now. The big major airports around Canada, too, are having issues with luggage. Absolutely a nightmare. And one has to wonder, it's too stupid to be stupid. So it seems like it's coordinated. So Janine, on one hand, these people over here decide to remove the blockages so that these people over here can, have some freedom and move around. But yet, apparently, there's all of these obstacles that are still in place. Is that really what's going on? They're trying to hold the line here so that they can continue and maybe increase the restrictions in the fall again. Is that their plan? What's going on?
I feel like that's all part of the movie. I think it's all part of the movie, and something completely different is going to come along and wipe out all of these issues. I never get that as they're trying to show you what these guys had planned and what they're capable of, and just show you just how bad they are with that Three of Swords. So this is my deep state dark cult, and we know that the Trudeau government is absolutely that, right? And hangs out with all of those, was even groomed by a big deep stater. You know what I'm talking about? That Klaus guy. Okay, so but he's been
the penetrator,
right? He's been taken out in the background, and all of it appears to be a wake-up call from what I'm getting, which is good news. But it's different. It's hard to stomach because I'm getting real sick of it, myself.
I'll tell you what was hard to stomach. It was Klaus's picture on the beach with the what dangling around. That was very hard to stomach, Janine. It wasn't Cliff I was saying, oh, Mr. Schwab, the penetrator. Of course, he was bragging that he had penetrated the Trudeau cabinet. Anyways, you guys can go watch the clip. It's absolutely horrifying. You have to laugh about it. Otherwise, all you can do is cry. Yeah. Oh, my God. Okay. 47 minutes. We have a few more news items. Let me get this last another PayPal tip jar tip tonight. This is from Billy. He says, or Billy or she, I'm not sure. Says, I'm not one to dream. I dreamt of Hunger Games type world several days ago. The movie Hunger Games, you guys are familiar with. The last two dreams involved SWIFT and the market dropping. SWIFT being the international bank transfer payment mechanism. Will this one come true as well? Okay, so the Hunger Game, which one? The last two dreams. Okay. So he's saying he's dreaming about the SWIFT, which is dropping. The markets are dropping. So he's got that dream right. Now he's asking, is the Hunger Games scenario dream also going to come true?
Well, I think that was the plan until that got stepped back in the back channels. So surrender to, we got some help on that one, so it didn't happen. But it was absolutely the plan. This was the past. So they've been working on that. So many things point to, they were trying to create that exact, like think about all the things that would make sense to that. Us all getting put in categories. So the people that were not
the unwilling,
not willing to take the products, they're going to be in those certain quadrants or whatever. I forget what they were called. And then all of the people that are going along with the agendas or the elites, they all got to stay in the cities and live their delusional decadence, right? At the expense of, and nobody gets to even enjoy the land. Think about it. So they took away all the land. You couldn't even go hunting on the land in the Hunger Games, right? They had to sneak out of their dreary little quarters or whatever. And I can't remember what they were called. And they'd sneak out just to go hunting. Meanwhile, there was lush, beautiful wildland, but they were taken off of it and not allowed to go in it because, they don't own anything. So they're just scrounging for scraps. That's what they were trying to do with whoever was left on the planet. Okay, you better believe it, right? So that's so right now we've been battling them out. So fighting, and that's what they were trying to do. But I don't think it's going forward. But that's the wake up call to what they were up to is definitely in progress, showing us that.
So, okay, so Vicky agrees with you 100%. I love that. Thank you, Vicky. And a few other people said, oh my God, that picture on the beach was absolutely disgusting, brings nightmare. And Nina says, thanks, JC, for that. I'll have to sage tonight. I'm sorry. It was a horrible picture.
Yeah, we all have to sage tonight.
And, okay, and if you guys in the audience have not seen it, don't type it into Google. You just don't want to see it. Just take our word for it. It's all good. Okay, let's do another news item here. Alistair McLeod from McLeod Finance posted this the other day. This particular country is winning decisively in this particular area of the world, and it's impacting the world. Okay, so you and I, of course, have been diving on this. We actually did a pay-per-view episode on this a couple of months ago, and we've been saying that, of course, it's not as it's being reported in the news, for one, and the direction of where this is going is also not truly being reported in the news, although the leader of this country last Friday came out to say that the West was about to suffer a huge change at the top elite level, and that the unipolar world that it presided over is over. I'm paraphrasing here. So I wanted to take a pulse on that here too, because there's other psychics that are looking into this particular situation. Penny Kelly, one of them too, believing from her look-see, or understanding from her look-sees, that this situation in this particular neck of the woods could be very well over, and in a big way also, where they can no longer deny it in the mainstream media by the month of July. So very close here. So I want to take a pulse on when this situation could in fact be over, but where reality also hits the mainstream as well.
Yeah, that looks about right. Yeah, it's a lot different than they're presenting it. Let's just say that. And the whole thing is presented, a certain way, but of course they're just trying to get you to look away from what really they got going on here. And of course we know that what Ukraine was being used for. That's what that is. The whole thing's just the whole hype up of what they're doing there. They're trying to get you to not see all the exposure of certain labs, and activities that were going on there. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly what the desire was for even presenting the situation. Okay, so secretly, I think it might even already be over.
They do control quite a bit of that region already, even admitted in the mainstream news. So yes, it could be worse than we're being told. Wow. Okay. Not worse, but more advanced, I guess, than we're being told. Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of things we're not being told, secret recordings, leaked audio suggests that this guy knew that guy, or paid that guy's hooker problems. I'll leave it at that. You guys can go read that article. It's just absolutely, it just gets worse and worse when you look at that storyline. Okay, this one is interesting to me, given the fact that we're living echoes of that particular time period of really weird things happening in Europe to a specific class of people. Now, this gentleman, 101, a guard for this former regime, got 5 years in jail for more than 3,500 counts of accessory to murder. Why is that in the news right now, Janine? Of course, this guy's going to die in jail. Probably he's 101. Why did this make it there? Is this a white hat op saying to all of the people now, perhaps engage in similar, I can't say the words here on YouTube, tactics against humanity, that they will too one day face justice as this 100-year-old man does? You can't hide.
I think it's exactly that. So that's our good guy army, and that's the world here. So it's a message out to the world for those that are an accessory to what's been going on. Okay, think about what's been going on, and it's not just the politicians. It's anybody who knew. People are getting paid in upper, management situations, especially in the medical system in the last couple of years, in clinics, in doctors, nurses, people in the know who at least knew something was fishy, didn't stop, didn't say, no, I'm not doing that, didn't say, people that knew that it was taking away people's rights and possibly dangerous to their health. Okay, even those people, I think sending a message to a lot more than just the elites. We already know what they've been up to and that their message has been sent. I think it's sending a message out to people just being any kind of accessory to the shenanigans.
Well, Janine, I wasn't putting anybody in the gas chambers. I was just driving the train to, so I wasn't responsible, right? That argument is what you're talking about there. Doesn't hold water, and it never does when you talk about bad things against humanity. I'm just trying to avoid the triggers here. Margaret is bringing up a great point, and I was thinking the same thing. 5 years for 3,500. Okay, so that means to me, it's not the 5 years, it's not the 3,500 murders. This is a signal to those who know how to do gematria. Probably this is a numbers game. And again, it goes to what Janine is saying. This is a coded message to a group of people, maybe even the 3,500.
You're absolutely right. That wasn't even real, I get. All of that was codes. That it probably wasn't. That's why they were hiding the guy's face. That was a code as sending a message from the white hats to somebody in particular or people in particular.
Wow, crazy times. Okay, I'll take a last question from the Insider Access Pass Discord channel. Secret squirrel. Whoa, I never knew there were secret squirrels. They have a very nefarious life, the squirrels. Question, I think, wait. No. Question, is the Great Pyramid of Giza used as a large communication device to communicate with other star systems? Very interesting. It's funny because today in the video on the Vatican, Julie, Janine, and I brought up this book, Obelisks, Towers of Power by David Childress, I believe is how you pronounce his name. So there's obelisks, of course, in Egypt. We were looking at the one at Vatican City. But Janine, is the Great Pyramid of Giza a large communication device to communicate with other star systems?
Yep.
Okay.
And a really strong one. And a really powerful one. Strength to it. Okay, and this card was in the past. So that's a softer yes in the past. So it's been for a long time, I get that as, but it's gotten even stronger of late.
Wow.
So it's been like that for a long time, but it's been used in an even stronger way somehow, or it's strengthened, if that makes any sense.
Wow. Okay, there's two things very familiar today. Again, I'm bringing up the wow comment. There's a gazillion wow comments on the show tonight. What was the gazillionth card that kept coming up today on the Vatican episode, Janine?
Let me see if I can remember now. Whoa, wasn't it the Queen of Wands?
Well, that and all the aces, the yes.
There was about an ace on every question practically. Not quite, but almost everyone.
Yeah, and that's never happened. Like we asked you like 25 questions, and every time like you shuffle the deck and that ace card was coming up. So there's a lot on this show, guys. Yes. So of course, the Insider Access Pass members, thank you so much. You guys, of course, get priority viewing on all of our content. Somebody asked me the other day, I'm like, yeah, it's part of the privileges. And it's a big thank you from myself and the rest of the content producers on the Insider Access Pass to you guys for helping us there. So that's why you get access first. But this episode will be launched tomorrow morning to the public at large, also through the pay-per-view. So stay tuned for that one. Janine, before we go tonight, you and I may or may not do something in the next couple of days. We'll see. Otherwise, we're back on next Monday. But let's look at the general energies here in case we don't see each other again until Monday. How do the audience members, and specifically maybe the Canadians here, navigate the next couple of days and the energy therein? Hey, somebody said, hey, the secret squirrel is a frequent flyer on the Insider Access Pass Discord. Yes, I know. I see the name all the time. Thank you. I love all you guys. I can't respond to all of you all the time, but thank you so much for everything. I love it. And Lakeside Laura says, yes, I love the Insider Access Pass. Thank you, Laura.
Stay safe and comfortable. Take good care of yourself. Be even a little decadent. I mean, Canadians, we need to take heed of that because we have to celebrate our Canada Day, and or like, let's call it our Freedom Day or something, right? Because there's a big ace in the middle. There's a big ace in the middle. So many things are going on here, but it's in the meantime, take a breath and sort of get ready and take good care of yourself, right? Just take good care of yourself. We got the Magician in the past. So we know that so many things are sort of gearing up to about to happen. And, it's all very exciting, but don't forget to just check in with yourself, take care of yourself. Don't just sit on Telegram or whatever you do, trying to get info. Just enjoy nature with cards like this. Enjoy nature and touch base with loved ones, things like that. That's why I'm hanging out with my niece and her hubby, because they're people that they're red pilled and I love them and I love what they're doing. So it's like you got to stay in a comfortable place because things are about to get crazy. And I think you just need that grounding and connectedness.
I love it. And in the meantime, go visit the Thai Life Homestead on YouTube. Let me bring that link back in the live stream so you guys can go click and subscribe and check out that wonderful content, including the perhaps new videos with Janine.
There will be one of me on what we're doing here. And we've been on some great little adventures and some cooking adventures with Michelle. So she's a really good cook. She'll put the recipe below too.
Okay, very good. So I've got the link there on the screen, but just click on the live stream, guys, and I'll put that at the top of the comments also after the show. Guys, this was Tarot Readings by Janine on Wednesday night. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe here on Setting Ravens and Tarot by Janine. And if you haven't done so already and you're watching this on Janine's channel, come on over here to Jean-Claude at Beyond Mystic 3, my third channel, trying to rebuild a community, and hit that like button. I love you guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Au revoir.
Au revoir.